to show you 2 ways to tack down a picot edge. This is a picot edge, and how it's worked is you start here. This is our cast on. You knit a little bit, you do this row of yarn overs and knitted togethers, you knit a little bit more, and then you fold it over. And there are 2 ways you can tack it down to create this cuff. One way to secure your picot edging is to simply knit your sock, and then at the end take your tail and your needle and just fold it over. So this is how it will look when it's finished. Fold it over and just whip stitch the cast on edge to the row of purls we did to like end our cuff. So you can see on the inside of the sock this row of knits, just whip stitch the cast on stitches here to one of those little bumps in between that row. So just one of these cast on stitches to each one of these garter bumps, or purl bumps. And you just do that all the way around the circumference of the sock. And that's one way to tack down your picot edge. So that was one way of tacking down this cuff, just making it and sewing it on after the fact. The other way you can do it is you can actually knit the cuff and then knit the cast on edge to your current work to fold it over automatically. So I'm going to show you how to do that. This is my sample here. It's just this little flat sample out of worsted weight yarn. It'll be a lot easier to show you out of this thick yarn than on fingering weight and in the round, but the concept is the same. So here's my little sample. I did my cast on, my little bit of knitting, my picot edge, and then more knitting. So I have this little piece, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it up. So you can see folding it up will give us that picot edge. And how I'm going to do this is I'm going to knit together my current stitches and my cast on edge. So let me just get my yarn out of the way. I'm going to fold it up. I'm going to put my needle into that first stitch, and I'm also going to put it into the first stitch of the cast on edge. And then I just knit those 2 stitches together. 1 stitch from the needle, 1 stitch from the cast on edge. Now I did a long tail cast on. I find that's very easy to pick up because you just have these little bars here. It's very easy to see. You just need to be able to identify your stitches in whatever cast on you use. But I recommend the long tail cast on. You can see that joined my work, so I now have my picot edge all complete, and I'm free to just finish my project. So these are the 2 ways you can join your picot edge. You can either join it after you finish your work and just seam it down, or you can do it right then and there and just finish your project and be done with it. The picot edge is a feature in my latest pattern, the Princess Cuff Shorties. This is a fingering weight sock pattern, cuff down, and the picot edge just adds such a pretty little detail to this otherwise very simple, fun sock. You can purchase this pattern in my Ravelry Shop. There will be a link down below the video, and it's just a great way to practice that little detail and add a new technique to your bag of knitting tricks.